Hello, I'll show you how to square a 4-digit number without using long multiplication. For example, we have 2,112 squared. So in order to do this, we have to split the thousands from the rest of the digits. So it's 2,112. And the next thing you have to do is check the last two digits. So it's 12, so you write 12. And you do squared like this, and then you put the line like this, and now you're ready to start. So 2 squared is 4, and 1 squared is just simply 1, since exponents are not commutative and not associative. And now the middle part is just simply the tens right here multiplied by the ones here, and then this number here, which is squared. So 1 times 2 is 2, times 2 is 4. So the answer is 144. Now, what are the last 3 digits? Well, check here. It's 112. So you write 112 here. And then you have to do the square thing. Like this. And now when you do 3 digits squared, you just want to split them like this. And then when you do this, you can only hold 2 digits per each box in here. The first box in any of those problems will always contain 2 digits. So the first thing you have to do is to find what is 12 squared. Well, we already seen it, which is 144. Remember, those boxes can only contain 2 digits, so you write a 1 under here. And then the next thing you have to do is do 1 squared, which is simply 1, as I mentioned before. And now we have to multiply this by this and by this. So here it is. 1 times 12 is 12, times 2 is 24. So we write a 24 here, and now the next thing you have to do is to add those up. 1 plus 24 is 25, or 24 plus 1 is 25, since addition is commutative. And bring any of the pairs that are not being added. And that's the answer to the 112 squared, which is 12,544. Now on to the final boss, which is 2,112. And in this one, you have to do boxes with 3 digits each. Well, as I mentioned before, the first box right here can only contain 2. This is to make calculations better and easier. So the next thing you have to do is you have to see what is 112 squared, which is, we already seen this already, which is 12,544. Now let me just copy this, and then you put the 544 there, since those boxes can only contain 3 digits. And then you write the 12 under here. And now the next thing you have to do is do 2 squared. 2 squared is 4. And now the next thing you have to do is to multiply this by this by this. So 2 times 12, 2 times 112, or 112 times 2, since multiplication is commutative. Let me move up so I have more space. So 2 times 2 is 4, 1 times 2 is 2, and this is also 2, so it's 224. Now let me multiply by 2 again, since we have 2. And then you write a 2, since we have 2 right here. Right now, here it is. So 4 times 2, which is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. We already know that's 4, so the answer to the next problem is 448. Now, wait, hold on. Now, we are ready to add, but before we go, we need to remove this line. And then, put 448 in the box. And then, now, we are ready to add. Let's see, we got it right. So, basically, drop any pairs that are not being added. So, we have to have 4 not added, and 544 not added. So, we can drop those pairs down. And now, let's add them up. 8 plus 2 is 10. Carry the 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. Plus 1 is 6. And that's the 4 not being added, so we just drop it down. So that's the answer to 2,112 squared. The answer is right here. 4,460,544. That's the end of the video. So see you soon. And also, if I got an answer wrong, just tell me in the comments. Anyway, see you soon. Bye.